February is Couples Month at Bible Way Church of Atlas Road, and it is also the month we celebrate the historic accomplishments and contributions of African Americans in the U.S. Throughout the month, we'll be highlighting Black love by featuring both prominent and unsung heroic couples who have either paved the way or made a way despite the odds. This week features songwriting and recording duo Nick Ashford and Varlie Simpson. How many of you remember the iconic song Solid as a Rock? Well, the lyrics of that soulful track not only helped the pop song chart the Billboard Top 100 in the late 80s, but it was also a testament of the lives and love of Nick and Varlie. Nick Ashford was born in Fairfield, South Carolina, and raised in Michigan. He eventually moved to New York, and Varlie, who was raised in New York, was a singer at the White Rock Baptist Church in Harlem. The pair met there in 1964 and formed an immediate bond, which quickly poured into their shared passion for music. While Varlie was a pianist, she admitted that before they started doing music together, she had never written a song before, but once she started to play, the words, quote, started falling out of Nick's mouth, and that they were synchronized with the music in such an unbelievable way. The duo initially started performing together as Varlie and Nick, and after selling their first songs for $64, word of their talent spread. While working for Skepta Records, their songwriting prowess became evident when they wrote a #1 hit song for Ray Charles. Eventually, they arrived at Motown Records to pursue their goals as performers. However, their early success would come from being songwriters. One of Motown's greatest artists, Smokey Robinson, said that their writing was so phenomenal that they became some of their top in-house songwriters and that they had a gift. Their first major songwriting success came from Ain't No Mountain High Enough, which was recorded by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell in 1967. Diana Ross would eventually go on to record the song for her debut solo album, which Ashford and Simpson helped to produce. The song would become a #1 hit on the music charts. Motown founder Berry Gordy said the two wrote and produced some of the most unique and memorable songs in the Motown catalog for some of Motown's biggest artists. Nick and Varlie left Motown in 1973. Nick Ashford said, "We felt it was time for growth to reach out as artists." During their career, they wrote songs performed by many artists, including Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, Chaka Khan, and Whitney Houston. Varlie reflected on their years with Motown by saying, "We weren't about being in love at that point, but when the love hit, it was real." She added, "I'm so glad that I spent 9 years getting to know him without trying to come on to someone, because then he knew my real essence. And that's how I knew him." In 1974, Nick and Varlie were married. They raised 2 daughters, Nicole and Asia. They signed with Warner Brothers Records, where their professional lives flourished. They continued to write songs, they began producing records for other artists, and they also began recording as Ashford and Simpson. They would record 8 albums for Warner Brothers, including 4 that went gold. Throughout their careers, the couple was responsible for 22 gold and platinum records. They also won more than 50 awards from the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers. The couple was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2002. Throughout their lives, Nick Ashford and Varlie Simpson again proved that their talents and their love were in the words of their hit song, Solid as a Rock.